Welcome everybody to last call 6 of Being You Changing the World. And today's topic is about caring. And just before the recording started, I was talking about this topic. This chapter, it's chapter 5 in the book, and it's something that I have read so many times, and it has allowed me to navigate many a times in my life this energy because um, it began from when I would be very intense facilitator, very straightforward, no sugar, butter, coating, nothing, cut the crap. And like I wouldn't manipulate, I wouldn't do sweet talk. I'd be very straightforward. You're doing bullshit, just change it. I would just say it, and people hated me left, right, center. And then I would, after the call would get over, I would cry and I would be like, I'm the worst facilitator and nobody's going to come to me. And the usual premise would be, I don't care. Like, I don't care if you don't get it. And I would start telling to myself, I don't care. And then this chapter has navigated a lot of energy in my world. So I was thinking of doing this chapter or the relationship, but I got that caring is something that a lot of us have cut off in our world. And this is the key and essential energy for a lot of us who are on this call and the world. And Dane has explained it so beautifully that every time I read, it feels like a part of my energy starts integrating in my world. So let's begin with looking at, find out 2, 3 places where you have told, I don't care, to whoever. Maybe it could be your closest friend, or you had a breakup, or you slapped somebody, or you had a client. You like just get lost. I don't care. Do you guys have those episodes? Business? What do you mean by business? Okay.
Can I say?
Yes.
Okay. Mostly, I don't care happens in the places and relationship where I'm caring the most. You know, the,
Correct. Yes.
and especially with family, I think, like with my cousins, where two strong, different point of views, there's a lot of disagreement. And in the moment, to make myself feel better, I keep saying, I don't care. It's not my problem. But actually, I am caring a lot.
Yes. I'm
So, yeah.
being honest. So there are so many places. Yes, Sonali.
Charu, thank you so much for taking this up. It's like right now, this is going on in my world. It's about my husband. He doesn't care. I don't care. Get lost.
Okay,
Why?
let's
Okay.
yes, let's look at this. Okay. And then also Jasbir says when business is slow, I've said it couple of times, I don't care, so sell it. Yes. Remember, every time you're going in this whole energy of I don't care, get lost, I don't care, fuck off, I don't care, do whatever shit you want to do, just don't chew my brain. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. And like Shruti said, ask yourself if you can find the series and episodes and all of it. Just one question. Do you really not care? Or do you care so much? And because the other person is not willing to receive that level of caring, you cut off that caring from them for sure, from your own self also.
Yes.
And caring is one of the sexual energies. So as we start growing up, the sexual energy, the caring energy starts going down because there are multiple things. Then we don't care. We don't care about our family members. We don't care about what mother in law says. We don't care about our bodies. We don't care about our bank accounts. We don't care about what's going to be happening in future. We don't care about what's happening in the world. We don't care about uh, many things. Basically, we are giving up our sexual energy of life and living. So instead of life expanding like this, it starts narrowing down. Because you do care, a deep caring that we have. And when people are not able to receive that caring, you cut off rather than acknowledging, no, I have the caring. If they are not able to receive, it is fine. But I know I have a deep caring for them. So small example, when I got divorced, and this is a very personal example, when I got divorced and I came home, small issues at home would start disturbing me. And I would just get furious with the separation that people would do. Like I'm a girl and a boy separation, then I'm a daughter and a daughter-in-law separation. And I'm a divorced and not so divorced people. And I used to get so furious that I would just say, I don't care. You guys do whatever shit you want to do. I don't want to see your face. Do not ever come to me, my family members. But in the very next moment, I would start crying and sit with them. And I would hate myself. I would be embarrassed of myself. I would judge myself left, right, center. And I would make myself so pathetic, so disempowered, so victim, so much of a victim that I have to be with them. And yet I don't have the control in my life. Until one day I had to sit with myself and I read this chapter and I started looking at, it's not that I really don't care and I was like, do whatever you want to do and fuck off and do not even show my face, show your face. I had to see if this actually happens, then what will happen to me? Then what guilt trips and then what deep judgments and then what sorrow and what will happen to me? And so first acknowledgement I had to start seeing was, okay, there was no separation in my world, which the world couldn't see. My whatever was happening, like I couldn't figure out there is a difference between man and a woman. In my head, it was just one human. I couldn't figure out a difference between um, the tags that people give. I couldn't figure out the difference between the tags of daughter, daughter-in-law, how the world functions. So I had to start acknowledging that I have a greater caring for the world where I would like to see a world there is no separation. And it's not to boast me, it's for you all to see where you have cut off caring, like Jaspreet said about the business. Is it like you really don't care about that business, or is it that you have a deep caring that I don't care if the business gets sold? I would like you to be peaceful. I would like you to be happy. I would like you to choose more in life. So at what places you have said, I don't care, and now start reversing it to like, is that really true? Or I have such deep sense of caring, which people right now are not able to receive, even if you think they are more matured than you, they are older than you put them on a pedestal, or you think they are better coaches or leaders or whatever. Or if you have little kids, when they say, I don't care, is that really that they don't care for you? Or children, or not children, like adults who are like my age, telling my parents, like, I don't care. It's really that do I not care, or I care so much that they are not able to receive. And then I cut off that caring from me. I stop caring. Then what do? I start more separation in the world. I separate from me, and then the world starts getting separated. So what are the places where you really care and you're cutting off that energy from your life and you're reducing your life and living, and you have stopped being you. And everything that does not allow you to know that, be that, perceive, receive, acknowledge, and integrate all of that energy, then we please destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys, poads, and yams. So another example is, you've seen me, what a pestering woman I am. I had a friend, she used to create with me, and she had done bars class with me, and she used to every day create some new creators in lockdown. And I was just pushing her to do foundation. And it wasn't like I was the facilitator, I was hosting, and I was just so pushing her that you should do this class. I was pushing her so much that I was, every time she gave me an excuse, I said, "Oh, that's your excuse." And I was pretty intense. I said, "You would rather sit with your miseries and everything, and you would sit at home and you would cry over it, and you would fucking go and spend 50,000 on shopping, but you will not spend money on yourself. You're such a bullshit woman." Of course, not one of the kindest ways, but I had a lot of caring that please get out of your miseries. But what happened? One day she broke down in front of me and she said, "I'm not able to take this pressure that every time I see you and I have to do this class, and it is so much of pressure. And I know it is good for me, but you're pressurizing me." And I had to like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Purpose of you choosing the class was not for you to break down in front of me and feel so miserable about you. That's not what I want you to feel about you. I'm here to empower you. But if that is what is making you feel that, I'm sorry, I'm not doing this. And then I went back to this chapter again, because what happened? And I didn't know this was a caring energy. I just opened the book and this chapter opened and I started reading. So there's one paragraph that may help a lot of you when we are going through a lot of stuff that we are going through. It's, you know what? Just say to somebody you've said, "I don't care." This is what I spoke to my friend. You know what? It's really tough to say, but I just adore you. I adore her and we are great friends till now. And that's where whoever you say, "I don't care," just get that person in your head and ask yourself, how much do you really adore that person? I like you so much that it hurts so much that you don't want me to be as close as I want to be close with you. What I was doing was to inviting her to a greater world. She kept saying, "I would like to have the world the way you have it, the joy you have it, the way you will create your life." And I was inviting her. But because there is so much separation and she has cut off her world, there's this one person who can invite her to that world. She has to push that world first. And when she has to push that world, because I would like to be as close to her, I have to say, "Okay, well, I don't care, fucking get lost." Thankfully, I didn't do this. And I went back like, what went wrong in me? I'm a complete humanoid who has to judge me rather than anybody. So I was like, what went wrong? Because the purpose was not to hurt the person. Purpose was not to make her feel you're such a pathetic person that you are not able to spend money. What a stupid person you are. Purpose was not at all that. Purpose was, I know this class can change everything that you'll be looking for. And all your stupid logics are not allowing you to choose that. And the moment I said that to her, that's really what's going on, which is why I try to judge you and make you wrong and try to separate from you. So I definitely was judging her that you're so stupid, you're not choosing greater, you're la 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 la. Although I said it is not judgment, but I was honest and I said, I am judging you and I don't want you to choose this. Even if it feels like this is the best choice, you don't have to. And I and you have to give ourselves this permission. It's okay for you to go through more pain and hurt, and I will still have your back. How many of you don't want people to go through hurt, pain, sufferings? So you'll keep trying to save them, control them, keep giving suggestions to them. I do that left, right, center all the time. And then I have to like, stop it, Charu, just stop it. Just acknowledge you have a lot of caring and you don't have to prove it to anybody. So what if you could acknowledge to the people, to yourself, how many times you have told to yourself, I don't care, whatever happens, it happens in my life. I don't care if I die. Nobody is going to even cry. Some of the women I know have said that multiple times. I don't care if anybody is going to be even affected if I die. Is that really true? Or you are really lying to yourself and that's hurting you so much? Everything that does not allow you to acknowledge the fucking amount of caring you all have here, then you have that for you now. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pop, all line shots, boys, forwards, and young. So Nali, you want to ask a question or it's a release or change that's going on?
It's a release.
Okay. How does it get better? So we are beings of oneness. You all know this, right? Today afternoon class was amazing and stuff was showing up for me and I started looking at, well, what's going on? When we talk about beings of oneness, whatever occurs outside is also occurring inside. So what happens when people are not ready to receive your caring, you're also not ready to receive the caring you have. What does that mean? What is caring? When you're extremely close to you and you're ready to receive. So you care for people and you're ready to receive them. Outside world, you're so ready to receive. But when outside world doesn't receive you, your family members, your friends, your clients, your world does not receive you for the gift you are, for the brilliance you have. Constantly, I have to prove my worth, my existence, my work I'm doing, my value, everything constantly I have to prove. This is an outer world. So when you are just so busy in that outer world, that's the inner world going on. You're not ready to see you. You're not ready to receive you. You're not ready to care for you. Even if the world does not receive me, I care for me. I see the gift in me. I see the beauty. I see that I would like the world to be like this. And it's okay if today world doesn't get it. So everywhere you have given up your caring for your own self, can we please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pop, all 9 shots, boys, forwards, and guns. And as simply as I can put this chapter and the whole life lesson, when you don't choose the greatest version of you, you're not caring for you. But,
What does that mean?
so I'm coming, greatest version of you. You know, there's so much more available for you in the world. All of you.
Yeah, but how would I know? Sorry,
Yes,
sorry,
Sam,
sorry.
let me finish and then because there is it's a very fine line between going crazy and getting to what you have. You know, wherever you are, bodily, relationship wise, financially, potential, separation wise, business wise, or whatever the areas are. Joy, you know, there's so much joy more available, as simply put, right? You know, if you are like me, I love to travel and there's so much more travel available that I can do. If I don't choose that travel, which is one of my greatest expression of my life and living in this life. The purpose of life is to have fun. Now, this is a very blanket statement because it never worked for me. Yeah, fun. Like, what do you mean by that? I require purpose in my life. That is what feeds me. If I'm facilitating people, it's changing the world that I would like to live in. It feeds me. This is my purpose. So if you say purpose of life is to have fun, this is fun for me. If I don't do this, you do whatever, I'm going to kill you. I know that about me. Okay. If I'm not full in my energy, anything coming close to me, I'm going to destroy. I'm going to be cranky. I'm going to judge people. I am judging. I am not choosing the greatest version. I'm not empowering myself. I'm making myself victim. So none of us are here to suffer. Or do you know that you are here to suffer? And you don't have to give me an answer to this. Every time it's a question to ask, hey, am I here to suffer or am I here to choose more in my life? Because I know every time I have chosen and I would give up my joy because of, let's say, my family members, but they are not happy. So at least I can be with them. Okay. Or if I'm enjoying, then I know the level of guilt trip I would go through. Shit, I'm enjoying and these people are suffering. I'm such a bad person. These are all internal conversations that would go. But if I don't choose the greatest version of me, the greatest adventure of my life and living, and I don't start demanding from me, can I ever invite that energy in this world? The same people that you're telling, hey guys, you can have fun. Hey guys, you can choose more. Hey guys, you can, wouldn't be possible because who is saying? The one who's not choosing. How can I say this to you then? I have to be that energy for me to invite 100 people to this call. Is that getting clear? Now, what happens? There is a difference between choosing the greatest version of you and having the crazy loop of wishes and desires and not getting fulfilled and judging yourself on that. I know I'm making 1 lakh, but I know 10 lakhs is possible. What I'm living with is a dissatisfied energy of 1 lakh. The greatest version of you over this 1 lakh is the caring. Oh my God, it took me time to reach to 1 lakh. That you cut off completely what you did to reach here. You are not caring for you. You are rejecting you. You are not acknowledging that you never did. You never knew you were going to reach here, but you did. And now you know that's more become available. You will reach there also. Only what you have to do is choose and know I can choose that for me. And I know whatever it takes, I'm going to have it. So when you're not choosing greater for you, expecting other people to look at you as greater, expecting other people to care for you, to love you, to acknowledge you, to validate you is not going to happen. For sure. So what you end up doing, you end up judging you and the other person. And then you hate yourself because you know judgments are not something that's very kind in your world. And then you cut off that caring again from yourself, that why the fuck I'm judging this. So how much caring, joy, and every time you have a caring, the joy expands. Every time you care for you, your joy will expand. So how much caring and joy is a sexual energy that we are all constantly, we are giving up in order because other people don't receive our caring. Everything that is times a godzillion that we all have done it. Is it time for you to destroy, uncreate all those areas and start receiving the level of caring you have for you and the world? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, online shots, boys for wads and girls. Okay, I'm going to pause, ask questions.
So when you say the greatest version of yourself, um, so I'm a little,
Yes, I know there's a confusion, so go ahead. Please speak.
okay. So does that mean to open my receiving, I have to um be the greatest version of myself? I get that, and I also get that if I don't see great in me, others will not see great in me.
Correct.
But sometimes I don't even know what is my own definition of my own
Greatness, sure. But I
greatness.
know something more is available for me. Just a knowing. I know I'm here for greater, right? Most of you, us go from that. Right now, currently, the whole class that I'm doing in afternoon, bye bye old, welcome new. I know the old is going and new is coming in, but we have no clue what is that new is. So constantly I have to let myself know, hey Charu, what do you know? Are you going to create greater? Fucking yes. Okay, fine. Then just keep doing whatever you have to do and do not judge it.
Well, on that, I have to thank you because of that class. Bye bye, old helpers have gone and new helpers have come in my house.
How does
That
it?
I'm really, that is for the first time in many years. But what I wanted to understand was that, since the time I've started doing, sorry, I can hear someone else too.
Can you mute?
So from the time I started following this Being You class with you, what is happening with me is that my awareness is becoming strong about one thing about for me that, hey, that, if I give myself enough rest and sleep in the night, it helps me to wake up in the morning. And I've never been a morning person,
Up until now.
up
Now
until now.
that is where I'm going to stop you here. That is where the definition is, and you're not being you. So anybody who has a definition of you for anything, that's me being me, is where exactly you're not being you.
Okay.
You've now defined you, and it's a judgment. That's me being me. Fuck you. That's a judgment, and that's not you being you. Now you've attached a rightness to it. Okay. But now, if you see the miracle or the magic of it is the more you're willing to not define, the more you're able to move energies, and one person will come and go, and the second will come and the go, and this will happen and that will happen. So there's a flow that's occurring in your life more. But we all get into the judgment of it, rightness of it, or wrongness of it. Oh, I just created another hell. That means universe is consistently willing to contribute to me. I have to start seeing the gift in me that I am the creator. So if I don't like something, I tell universe, not this universe. Can you please send me somebody else? That I have a lot practiced with men. Not this. Can I have another one? Not this. Can I have another one? Not this. Can I have another one? And not decide, oh my God, this one has come now after, which I've done in my marriage. But after that, I was like, not this, not this, not this. So if I can do it with a man, you can definitely do it with your helpers, your clients, your your anything that you want to do. Not this.
Sorry, can I ask one more
Go ahead.
thing? Because we are talking about caring, and I was coming to that. So my husband is really surprised to see me suddenly waking up early in the morning and sleeping
Can you please
early.
tell him, Charu?
So he's like,
And
I know you're doing
please
some classes.
can you please
Sorry.
also tell him only one that my niece is a big fan of him because she only sees his episode. She's 7.
Oh,
She's
I
7.
will definitely tell him. So I was telling, he's like, I know you're doing some classes, half an hour. So I said, no, I just feel like it's just happening on its own. But what happens when I see him very low and when I see him not able to, struggling with something, then my caring side sometimes, rubs his energy on me.
Yes.
And
You for saying that, and I'm going to stop you for
hmm,
this is true for all. For you, it will be husband. For me, it's my brother. For some of you, it will be common topic will be husband. For common topic will be mother or a wife or a child. Mostly these are the areas. Or for monolova, it will be the the crispy. Okay. These are the only few areas which is like bothering. Because tell me something, only with these people, how vulnerable you are with conversations. They press the deepest buttons in our lives. I can have a level of allowance for everybody, but when it comes to my brother who sits with me so many times in the same room, I'm like, all the facilitator mode is gone in one side and the sister mode comes in. The roles that we did speak about. Now I'm training myself to know that I am not a sister, I am a freaking facilitator 24/7. And then I still slip back to being a role of a sister and maintaining that sibling fight that we have with each other. Why did you not put petrol in the car? Why did you not park the car? Why should I fold your sheet? These basic issues I can fight over. I can talk about very big stuff in life, but I can definitely fight over why did you throw your shoe like this? Okay. Now, what is that? There is a deepest caring I have with this one person. And he presses my deepest buttons to increase my level of allowance because he's still not wrong. And I cannot still save him until he wants to save himself. So all I do is the most helpless situation, sit like this, watch him suffer, and not give up on my joy, which multiple times I gave up. You also do it, all of you. And just still go through the guilt trip that what kind of sister you are. You love him the most in this world and you're not able to help him. And why is he so sad? And why is he so suffering? And every time I would go close to him, he will push me away. Until I read this chapter and I had to acknowledge I have a deepest level of caring for him. And now, can he receive it right now? If no, then can I receive this information in my world? That right now he cannot receive, and I have to learn to increase my allowance. So my brother has a level of patience and allowance in his world, which he's teaching me. So people around you who trigger the most in you are constantly asking you to be a certain energy which you're not willing to be. You're not in allowance of their suffering. You're not in allowance of their sadness. You're not in allowance of their pain and hurt. So ask yourself, what is that? And you can come back to yourself. Mostly those are the areas that are specific to you also. Like I had to see, and I still see, I am not in allowance of any mistake that I make in my life. I will have to process that information a lot. Immediately, I'll not even like say, okay, fine, it happened, it happened. It can be as simple as my screen getting crashed, me doing some stupidity. I would laugh over it. I would know what actions to be taken to sort my life, but I would still go, oh, shouldn't they make that mistake again? And then I have to let myself know it's okay, Charu. Everybody makes mistakes. You are not perfect, and embrace the imperfect part of you. I do shout on the people who create with me. And first, I used to judge myself left, right, center. And because I'm judging, I would push them away. To now, because I have more allowance for me, it's okay. I'm not going to be perfect. I'm going to shout. I'm going to love. I'm going to be every possible way. I'm going to show up. So I also receive every possible way of you. Same goes for your closest people who are bringing triggers in you. Please acknowledge what a level of caring you have for them. And do they care for themselves to that level? So what will happen? You cut off your caring. I don't care. Fuck off. Or you cut off your caring for yourself, and you'll cut off you, and you'll just lie down on the floor to do whatever they want you to do. To prove that you care for them. Rather than knowing I care for you, and I don't have to do anything to prove it to you that I care for you. What would you like now? And if you're choosing to suffer, if that's what you're choosing, and if that's what fun for you, it's fine. That is where allowance comes in. Because they are still not wrong when they are choosing to suffer, choosing to be low, choosing to be whatever. Now, some days you can be pretty intense. For example, my father's BP when goes down, I just tell him, I'm going to piss you off today. Because when I piss him off, his BP goes up. Works for me. So I deliberately do certain things which pisses him off now and not feel bad about myself. So you can see what works for you and creates greater. I get so angry when someone forces me to be something I'm not willing to be. Yeah. Cool. Yes, Jasmine.
So, from what I understand, there is a difference between caring and the fifth element. Is it that caring is just fifth
Okay,
element,
so
but
a lot of people don't know the fifth element is what. A lot of people are new. So that is being the savior. You're constantly saving. Caring is when you know something greater is available, possible for the other person, and they are not choosing yet.
and being an allowance of that.
Yes, I will ask you. She regularly we regularly do sessions, and she's regularly coming on my classes. So I know that, for example, I know a class will contribute to you with all the issues that you're going through. Okay, as simple. And I'm being very open, okay, because sometimes I feel so bad. It seems like I'm selling the classes, but I don't feel like it's not selling the classes. It's knowing that the shit that we are going through is possible to change. But because right now you're on the other side, you're making every possible excuse to not cross that river, and you're ready to suffer for another 10 months until you hit the wall and then change it. And there is a person who knows that you don't have to go through that road. You can choose it right now, but you're like, no, I'm not going to choose because I have decided I want to suffer right now. So I have a caring for you, but I also now care for me, that if you don't receive my caring, I don't have to cut off from myself. I know I care for Jasmine, but I also care for me, and it's okay if you don't receive it. You're still not wrong. You will choose it when you'll choose it. This is what Access says. You'll do it when you want to do it. Okay? But there is a level of caring that's available that a lot of people are inviting. And it's like you will see it's like a chain, right? When Gary or Dane are saying that there is a bigger world, greater world, there is a world of oneness, they are inviting people. Then let's say I'm facilitating, I'm inviting, and you're doing the same to your friends and family members. The chain is like that, and then people who are ready to receive come up, and then people who are not ready to receive reject and go to something else. And in whole of this, nothing is wrong and right. It's just that there's so much more available in this world, and you are the few people who are ready to receive more. You're ready to make more choices. You're ready to be more wrong. You're ready to be more right. Okay, I'm just going to explore more. What happens? And that is the joy, right, that you're getting onto. That is the same language you're telling to your family members, friends. Hey, there's so much more. Can you please choose more? Right? That is caring. Now, saving is, oh, you've fallen. Let me come and pick you up. So every time you're falling, I will pick you up. And because you're not getting up, I start feeling, what a loser I am, what a bad facilitator I am. I'm not able to change your life. I cannot change anyone's life, right? And so is you. You can only change your life. And there are days when you don't change your life, you feel like a failure, but you are not a failure. Okay. So there is a difference between caring and saving.
So ever since I started doing Access, I'm in more allowance when people are not making the choices that would create greater for them, and that's okay.
So
But
first thing. So she said, I'm in allowance for people not making choices, the
That
greater choices, right? Why did you start choosing more for you?
yes,
You started choosing greater for you. You started caring more for you. And automatically the judgment of them started melting. It's okay if they don't choose.
yeah,
So please acknowledge your caring is expanding more. And that's why there are more people who would want to be around you.
yeah.
Otherwise, previously, it's a constant judgment of, there is a constant, I don't know the English version of Gyan, the knowledge you're giving,
Patronizing.
you're just intellectualizing the information. You should do this, you should do this, you should do this. And there is no being energy. There's only doing and intellectual stuff is going on. But when you start being that energy, more people want to be around you.
Yeah. But sometimes you'll meet people who will come and, tell you about their problem, and you will tell them that, listen, I have been doing this and it contributes a lot to me. Why don't you give it a shot? They just shut it down very immediately, very strongly. And
Yes.
somewhere I still take that, like at some places I feel a little rejected and a little like,
You
you
feel,
ask for help.
yes,
Yeah.
you feel rejected. And this will happen to all of you. When people ask you something, you give them a solution and they slam the door on your face. Fuck off. Because you also have to ask, are they really asking for solution? Or they just want to vent out their problem. And you learn it time and again. I'm still learning. I still give solutions to people, and then they still don't choose more. And I'm like, oh shit, Charu, did you not ask that? Are they really choosing? And people will choose when they will choose what they have to choose, including you and me too. If somebody tells me to do something, I 80% won't do it. 20% of the times I still do it when it's coming from few people like my father or brother or some of my friends. I know that they have a level of caring, and if they are telling me it, let me give it a shot. And also, like now, like I have some friends where we talk, and let's say a friend is showing me a greater version of me, and he's aware that I'm going to shut it off, so he will tell me first, can you please right now listen to me what I'm saying? And if you, and I'm ready to be rejected. Are they really rejecting you, or are they rejecting the idea that you've given? Okay. So sometimes they are not really looking for solution. They are just asking that I'm telling you my problem. Can you listen to me? And that could be your a brilliant capacity of listening. So if I run a center, which I do run a center in Jaipur. So if I have to hire a cubicle saying a listening circle, probably Jasmine would be the best to listen. I'm not. You know me. If I listen to story, I get furious and the fire will come out of my head. But you could be the one who is like charging a bomb to listen to people's sob story, and you're like, ah, done. It's a gift and a capacity you have. And all you have to do is 45 minutes listening to your sob story. If you want me to give you a solution, that's expert advice for 15 minutes, that's charged at a different price. You're not will. So what would it be like for you to start seeing, all of you, to see the gift and a capacity you have that you've not identified yet, which you think is just like that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys go as in. And once you step into that capacity, that is you caring for you. You choosing a greater version of you. Cool? Okay. Yes, Gaurav.
I was about to puke a lot of thoughts, but पता नहीं आपने क्या करा है. So I'm in my space now. So my question, I just want to ask this one question, like, what questions we can ask, like when you told like Jasmine, for example, when you were playing that role, Jasmine will take 10 months, right? But like we all are in access, and we have seen like from the day one, it's been 4 years, we have created a lot of things by doing one classes also. So, but what clearings or what questions we can ask, why we are getting stopped when we know there's a huge world?
Yes. Thank you for that question. How many of you stop you from choosing greater? How much do you care for you? Just ask yourself, do you really care for you? And it all comes back to this another conversation. Do you really care for you? Do you know that you're far more greater than this? And I'm not talking in terms of bank accounts. And I'm not talking in terms of hierarchy, power, and position. I know that I would like to see a world where, like, I get extremely, it pains me when I see separation. Now, why is that? Because I have a capacity. And as a child, I knew there is a world where there is a one world. You all know it. You know, a lot of you know there is no separation. But you have been taught boys, girls will sleep in separate rooms. Girls do this, boys do this. Girls are allowed to do this, boys are not, boys are allowed to do this. And you know the level of separation that occurs, the rich and the poor, the fat and the thin, the black and the white, lot of. When you know that that is not the world I want to live in, I have to begin everywhere I have separated from myself, start integrating those parts and pieces of me. That becomes my utmost priority. Me going to access classes or exploring different modalities is not because I'm doing energy shopping. It's to explore what are the parts and pieces of me that I can integrate to start creating greater. Because then, whatever you're doing, automatically that expands. There is nothing much effort to be put in there. So, a recent example is a choice for possibilities class happened in Mumbai. This was probably my 9th or 10th CFP. Choice for possibilities, 9th or 10th. Ideally, I've already done it. So what's so rocket science about it? It's the same manual and I keep doing some of the other classes. This was the class when I went and I asked 2 questions to Kalpana. And one of the questions was how much my voice has been. I always live with the judgment of what I speak is not understood clearly by the people. And she did facilitate me and she said, what capacity do you have with voice that you can tap into now, Charu? From that class to this class facilitation, I know, and this is an honest confession, acknowledgement of me and each one of you on this platform. Each one of you, most of you have texted me that the calls have been brilliant and contributing to you all. I haven't planned the way I've been speaking, but that class I know changed the way I would show up in this world. I didn't go to that class because I want to change something. I went because I know this is something fun. This creates greater. I got to go. What will take for me to have money for it? What will take for me to do whatever fuck it takes for me to be there? As simple as that. And this is a small example of telling universe, I'm ready to do whatever it takes. If I have to serve water, I'm going to do it. If I have to type, I will do it. If I have to make money and come to the class, I'm going to do it. I am going to choose greatest version of me. I want to be proud of me in 6 months, that I'm not making same mistakes again and again. That is a demand from me. And what if you could be that demand of you, that whatever it takes, it's not about going to classes, it's not about reading 20,000 books. It's not about I made 20, 50, 100 lakhs, so probably like I know better. It's about you knowing you, being proud of yourself where you are, and you know you can still choose more, greater, and you're ready to do whatever it takes. You may fall 100 times for sure. You will have people who will be jealous of you for sure, and you still don't judge them. You say, it's okay. You are doing what you know. I'm still going to include you in my world and still choose greater for me. Me choosing greater allows the world to choose greater. Why do I say that? Because I know I'm a valuable product on this planet Earth. Do you know? Even if the world has not seen you, even if your parents didn't see you the gift, do you know you're a gift or no? And how do you know? Just ask yourself, am I a gift in this world? Which one feels light? Yes or no? You can be extremely honest. If any of you're getting no, just tell me. I have asked many facilitators. I don't think so. I'm any gift. But I'm a very, very, very honest and vulnerable and straightforward person. I don't think so. I've done anything in my life. How it just pisses me off when somebody would say I'm a gift. Until I started asking universe, show me if I'm a gift. I don't want to believe what people are telling me. I want to know that I am a gift. Do you know? And still, there are days when you slip. You still doubt, you still question, you still say, okay, fine. I'm still going to go because I know there's more available. So if you choose and demand from you that I care for me and I'm going to choose greater, because in my caring, I'm including the whole world. The world that I want to change, the world that I want my parents to see me, I want my brother to see me, I want my husband to choose greater for himself, I want the world to not fight, I want a world where is one world and people are not judging each other. I have to begin from me. I am the essential element of the universe. These are some affirmations. I never said that. It's coming. If you feel like you can say that to yourself, but these are important for you to know. Yes, Shruti.
So this is like a little bit personal that I'm sharing, and that's probably because I also do get confused with this word gift. I do get answer yes, but sometimes I don't like that answer. And I tell you why. Because when I was the first girl child from my father's side's family. And when I was born, my father got a very big project. Okay, so they said, wow, Lakshmi is born in your house. Then, when I got married, my husband got a very big project and car, and, his career changed and creation became developed. So everyone said, Lakshmi ghar pe aayi, she's, you're very lucky for this. But whenever, my husband and me would have like a terrible fight and you would like live separately, and I would go to my mother's house, and then I would be like, damn, I didn't buy a car for myself. I have not created enough money. If I'm Lakshmi for everyone, why am I not Lakshmi for myself?
Yeah, stop there, Ranveer. Stop there. That's true for all,
Yeah.
isn't it? I
Yes,
gave clearing to my school friend, guys. I gave
yes,
clearing to one of my closest friends. They ran the clearings. They got a project of 6 months travel across the world, business class. I gave clearing to my friend. Next day, he got 57 lakhs in his account. I said, can you please send me the clearing that I gave you? Can I run it again? Only until I went back to the root. What is the problem? The root is that friend, your husband, your father is important. You are not. We have been taught that you have to cut off and for everybody else. Do not cut them off. Include you in your universe now. I can bring a big project for you and I can have it for me too now. And that's the caring. We have been taught that you cut off. If you choose for you, you are not caring for the world. You're being selfish and you're just narrow minded and you're just thinking about yourself. That's not true. So, what you do is you think of everybody else but you. But now, if you go into, okay, I think of you, I know. Thank you so much for telling me that I am the Lakshmi, I am the goddess of money for you. Now I'm going to be the goddess of money for me. Because you're being that energy, you have to start acknowledging it for you. You can't see your nose, can you? You can't, right? You only can see it in the mirror. You can't see it because it's a part of you. So you being that energy is you already being. You have to start, I have a nose. Oh, I am the goddess. Cool. If you are the goddess and you behave like one pathetic person, you're not being you.
But then when when I say
So
something,
instead of
sorry,
but, then begin with and.
and when I say clearing, like, what will it take, whatever, some X amount to show up, I'm saying it with the energy of me creating it because I would like to earn that kind of a money. And then suddenly my husband would say that, he's got this, whatever, and he's getting this much. And then I'm like, but I have created this, I'm happy, but I would like to make money. Why am I not able to create and
You are
make
not
money?
you're not able to create the way he is creating. You're going to create it in your way. Start asking, what is my way of creation?
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't want to go on 6 months trip. I'm like, universe, give me the clearing that I gave you so that I can run and create the life I desire. Okay. And instead of looking it as a wrongness, you got to look at it, oh wow, I have a capacity here. That is your gift that you have to acknowledge, own, receive fully. And that's universe's way of validating you that you're a gift. Now, because you don't see you as a gift, you can't receive that as a gift. So receiving is blocked.
I would like to be Lakshmi for myself for once.
Come to the class now.
I
See,
will.
that's the limitation. See, I would love to continue the classes calls here, but there is a certain part that only when a deep facilitation happens, like I said, in my CFP, it was some 30 minutes of facilitation, crying over the mic, asking questions, everything. And it took me time to process that information in the class, and everything is different for me now. So there are certain things that this class will change, these 6 calls will change. And then whoever is willing to deep dive, receive more, and make that freaking, I don't care. This is what I do. I don't care. I just require money. Can I have it? Money now, universe. I am the important product now, nothing else. And money will land. This has happened so many times. I still wouldn't have so many times money in my account, but I'll be like, I'm going because I have decided, I have chosen, I'm doing this with no logic, no reason, just a knowing I know this will contribute. And can I have the money? And I'm ready to sell off everything because I'm so frustrated with myself. I used to be so frustrated with myself, and I know each one of you, your limited areas where you get super frustrated. That why the fuck I don't change this area, right? Like how simply you said, fuck, I can create, contribute to you. Why am I not able to do that for me? It's a very frustrating area of our lives. And then you're like, then I know the rabbit hole also that we go into. And then again, it's some areas that you keep changing and then that's where the deeper facilitation goes in. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, yes, Ragi. Yeah.
So, Charu, I'm totally new to this access thing. So, when I'm following you in both the classes, so my question is like, whenever you are saying something and I'm listening and I'm thinking, okay, so I will ask like this and I will think like this, like that. But then again, it's kind of roller coaster. I'm thinking like, no, I have to just surrender to universe and ask for the choice and all. Then again, I'm thinking, no, I can't do this. I don't have think positive and all. So these continuously happen on and off, on and off. So how to handle this? Like, um I'm trying, but then again, I'm going back to that thoughts I used to have. So whenever it is happening, so what to do in that situation? Hello,
Yeah, what to do in that situation? Listen to these calls more.
video is stuck. Which one?
What to do
Hello.
in that situation when you're new and when you're using the tools and you're getting confused. Yes, Ragi. Can you hear me? You're on mute.
Yeah. So I got
What to do
disconnected.
is
Sorry.
first listen to these calls more and more and more and more, because as much as I'm speaking to your head, I'm also being that energy that is facilitating a lot of space for a lot of you in this class. Okay. So automatically you'll see some changes. B, you got to, if it is just making you feel light and if it is making some sense in your world, then this is the energy you got to explore more in your life. For a long time, nothing made sense in my life. I went to every counselor, coming back home crying more that, fuck, I have so much anger in my world and I need to not get angry. Oh, everybody is so sorted in their lives and I am the problem who has to be sorted. Until I came to Access, and every time I was like, oh, anger is a potency. Oh, I don't have to understand anything. Oh, there's so much more available. Oh, yeah, I am not wrong. And that's where my whole life started expanding more. So I was like, whatever it takes, I'm going to be sitting in these classes. Okay. Uh, so one of the things that I dealt, the issue was I was in the city. I am in the city where I was the only one who spoke Access language. There was nobody else. I was first one. So me talking to people, interesting point of view or caring, or there is a greater version. My school friends that were my friends, they thought I've gone crazy with this modality and I found new love and now I've become one mad woman. Until I knew what I'm choosing, and now there are more than 150, 200 people in Jaipur that I've taught bars. And now in Jaipur, people know, my city, people know that, oh, some stuff she does, they still cannot define what I do. They know she does something, go to her. What I do, what I don't do, they're least bothered. Why is that so? Because all I did was, I know this makes sense in my world. I have to go and explore this more. So you can begin from anywhere. These classes, these calls, buying a book, getting to another class, and making a demand, I'm going to choose greater for me.
Okay.
Okay. And everything starts falling in place.
Okay. So whenever I go back to that negative things, so how
Yes.
to like, is there
So,
any way to
yes.
stop it?
So whenever you're going to negative things, first two calls you have to listen to. First is every negative thought that you're going in your head is a thought. It's not the ultimate truth. So it's just a point of view and it's not the truth.
Mm.
So you can do 10 times interesting point of view. I have this point of view. Or interesting point of view,
Okay.
it's their point of view. And it'll start melting. Or you can ask, who does this belong to? If you were being you, would you have any negative thought? Yes, no? If
Okay.
you were
Okay.
being,
Yeah.
answer
I'll
me now.
definitely try
If
that.
you were being yourself, would you ever have any negative thoughts?
No.
If you were being you, would you ever have thoughts? Yes, no, guys?
Maybe,
No.
but
All the thoughts that
thoughts
are
are
going
there,
on,
I think.
yes, all the thoughts that are going on are the thoughts, the place that you're living in, as simply put, the city that you're living in, the building that you're living in. Everybody is going through. So you can ask, who does this belong to? Oh, that. Who does that belong to? 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 If you do this for 3 days, you'll have no thought in your head. But first 2 days, first day, you will be probably from 24 hours, you'll just do for 24 minutes or 24 seconds for that matter, not even minutes. Okay. Then second day, probably you'll be
Okay.
able to do 24 minutes looking at the clock and saying, okay, 24 minutes. And by third day, you will be able to do 2.5 hours. Who does this belong to? Who does this belong to? Who does this belong to? And you'll only experience the change in your life. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Begin from here.
Thank you. I'll try.
Welcome. Yes,
Sure.
last question.
Yeah. So, when we make choices, I feel I have to do this, I will do that, I choose this, I choose this. But what is the difference between like choice and FOMO,
FOMO.
fear of missing out?
How are they related?
Like, there are so many things available, so many classes available. I want to do all. Then I feel, yeah.
Okay, so thank you for that question. A lot of you would be going through this energy. I want to do it all. Is it yours?
No. Again, that thing is coming off,
Could be yes.
fear of
It could be
missing
yes,
out.
it could be no. If it's no, just get present. No, it's not mine. So which are the classes that are going to contribute? And whatever fuck it takes, I'm going to be there now. No bullshitting with myself. And if it is a yes, that I want to do all classes, which was my situation, I was like, I'm going to do every freaking class. And that is the demand I made of myself. And then whatever fuck it takes, I'm going to be there. And another deep question to you would be, why do you want to do these classes? And that's a question for all of you. Why do you want to do these classes?
Because
Clearly
it will
want to
contribute
rest
in
in
some way.
either. Sorry, what?
It will contribute in some way.
Everything contributes. Why only classes?
Because
Oh,
I like it.
you would bullshit. You like it. It empowers us more. Or let's take your bullshit also because I like it. How many things you like in your life that you choose? And how many things you don't like and you continue living with them? One of the things could be having no money. And your problems. You don't like your problems, but you live with them.
Yeah.
Okay. So it will empower us. First, there is no us here. It will empower me, Varsha. Do you really want to be empowered? Empowerment comes with a cost, guys. It comes with a cost of whatever fuck it takes. I'm going to be that demand. If it is required for me to be awake 24/7, I'm going to do it. If it's required for me to run a fucking clearing for 300 days, I'm going to do it. If it is required for me to like let go of my victimhood, I'm going to do it now, whatever it takes. When you become that demand, universe delivers it. You have to be honest to yourself how many times you're not ready to leave your victimhood. And also, when you come, if it is about empowerment or liking or choosing greater, do you see yourself as somebody who should be empowered who should be liked, who should be given the benefits of universe. Well, the people who asked me questions when vanished only.
I'm here and listening.
Oh, the hand goes away, then I have to find you. Okay.
No.
Okay. So these are some questions that you have to sit with yourself. Why do I want to go to? So see, the thing is, a point comes when we do say, oh, because it's fun, because it's nice, because it's this, because it's this. If you really hear Shannon, I do her club consciousness calls. That's one call a month. That's full money. I don't know what you say it in English, but paisa vasool class. Okay, like worth the money that I pay her. But she's extremely honest to herself, and she does that. She does bring that on the table, and that's why it is a pretty intense facilitation. Which right now I'm asking you, please go back to yourself and ask yourself, why do I want to come to this class? Because it's fun. Do you allow yourself to have fun throughout the day? Or do
No.
you think 20 times before you are having fun in your life? If you want to travel just for 2 days, do you allow yourself to travel, or you start thinking about money and what husband will say and what my children will do and what my society, uncle, aunties will say? So let me just give up on that. Rather than, okay, it's important for me, I'm going to do it now.
Mm.
What is it called? Club consciousness. I'll send you the link. Okay. So look at these things, ask yourself these questions. Like I am asking right now, why do I want to facilitate being you class? It's not the other way to you people. It's to me, which I have to ask myself, why do I want to facilitate this class? Why am I being that demand in this world? Is it because I want to make some money out of you people? Or is it that I want to prove that I can facilitate? Or is it that I want to show in the world that I'm also a brilliant facilitator? Or is it that I know this energy is required for me and for the world to choose greater now? Now, once I'm so congruent with it, there is no way that that energy won't be loud. And there's no way the class wouldn't happen. And it's not dependent on whether people come or not. It's dependent on knowing what I have created in this world. Okay. So that's where you got to start asking, why is not usually we ask the question, but it's basically to let yourself know what's the value in this. If there is a value coming to an access class or whatever classes, or if there is a value to going on a trip, let's not even talk about a class. I went on an Egypt trip. I did facilitate myself left, right, center. I would do everything for an access class, honestly, because I know that changes my life. And when it came to like really traveling on my own, I was like, but it's not required. And I had to sit myself with myself and ask, when that is important, why this is not important? Just because it is, just because I want, it is important in my life. And it has no reason and justification. And I was looking for my friends to come. And when they didn't come, I said, okay, I'm important to me. I'm going to do it all by myself. It's everything that you got to ask yourself. If there is nobody, will I do it for me or not? Where am I looking for somebody else to do it for me? Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Charu.
And that includes money. Why should of course, everybody else will start giving you money when you know that you can make money, you can spend money, and you don't need a justification and a reason.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Rimjim, you had a question?
So
Today,
it,
class is getting a little up, but yeah, just finish it. Yeah.
so it was not a question, it was an sharing that we were talking about. I want to attend all the classes. So there was a time I also used to think I want to attend all the classes, but I don't have money. And it's been 2 or 3 years I'm attending all the classes.
Yes.
and it has changed a lot for me.
Yeah. And that's the demand. And how did that happen? Vibrational match occurs, guys, when you're ready to receive from anyone. She asked, I was looking for somebody to make creatives. She didn't even know how to make creatives then. But she had the willingness to do whatever fuck it takes, I'm gonna do it. And also she has courage. So what would it take for you to be courageous and choose for you? Because each one of you are important, essential component of this universe. Otherwise, we are more than 100 people in this group, and the recordings will go to people and everybody will hear it. But 30 of you right now are hearing this because universe is asking you to all to step up. Each one of you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting and listening to me for 1.5 hours. So step up in your universe, and it doesn't take rocket science. It just takes a choice. I'm choosing to step up universe, however that is showing up. I'm just choosing. And then just keep clearing that energy when your mind kicks in. But how? But this, but I'm just clearing. I'm just clearing, and I'm just clearing, and I'm just clearing. And in no time, what you were thinking will start showing up. Cool. Okay, Gaurav, are you sorted?
Only just like I need a 10-second more. So normally, there are some areas when suppose I just want to facilitate you on specific part of a relationship, right? And no, I'm aware that what you're going through, but in my world, like I have this interesting point of view that I have this interesting point of view. यार, मेरा तो relationship है नहीं, or
Okay,
like I'm not sorted.
I'm not sorted in my
So then
relationship.
how I can contribute, and is she willing to receive? But there is one more awareness that I know that I am not choosing to be in a relationship, but she's going through a lot. So that makes me reject in my own awareness, or that's come like as a rejection.
Well, I
And
had
it
it for
bothers
a
me.
I had it for a long time. I'm divorced. I didn't make money. I was screwed up in body. What classes I'm going to do now? Until Gary said the areas, and that's true for all of you, by the way. Okay, take it, leave it, or you'll get it when you'll get it. It's just a choice. I just take it very quickly when Gary says sometimes I'm going to do it. The areas that you're screwed up in, probably today you want to go and explore what are the areas you're screwed up more in. Are the areas you're going to be the best facilitators. So by that, tonight, you're going to write what are the areas I'm screwed up.
So yes, I can resonate with the whatever
You
she's
know,
telling
can I
me.
just give you one, like it's going to be a very personal remark, but I know that's going to be, you can do a call on baldness and you'll be fab in it.
Okay. I'm choosing
Respecting
it.
the baldness of you. How many people go crazy over their hair fall? And how handsome you look without your hair.
Oh, I to love it.
You suck at it from this reality.
Thank you so much for this.
By that, tonight, all of you may want to write all the list of. By that, I was so happy. I cannot tell you. I sucked at money. I didn't make any money. I sucked at every possible relationship. Love, I really don't understand till now. What the fuck is love right now? I don't get lured by men very quickly. Bodily, I had every possible health issue. I was operated every year. I was admitted every month in hospital. Even when I became the facilitator, every second day I would cancel the call saying tomorrow I'll do the call because I'm not well today. Okay. I didn't have a proper business. And I still keep saying that to people that I have no business sense. And yet I facilitate the best of these areas. Worst area was losing a parent. I facilitate best, I do best death facilitation. So by that, you want to find all the areas where you guys suck at and go facilitate that area for people. Because you're not then telling your story, or you may tell them your story, and then you're asking them the questions, what's true for them.
So, okay, so it's not relevant, but it's relevant in my space. Like the moment you showed, you told me now you can do the class or like what you can create. So I still remember when I was going in a relationship in 2017-18 when I started my spirituality. I met a girl, she was from an army background. And within 6 months, she got her shape, like, clean shape. And that was a moment, we were like kids. Oh my God, okay, like this we used to play. So that moment came, and it's so cute moment. Thank you for making it.
So
that.
cute. I would look at it as so stupid. Oh, so cute. The next chapter is on relationships. I'm not doing that. But that's so stupid. And what did universe save you from that you haven't acknowledged yet? You may want to get more awareness in those areas. Oh, so cute. I used to facilitate, I have not facilitated marriages, guys, but I used to have like, oh no, you're married, it's okay, fine. Sometimes people go through that shit, it's okay. Until every time people would say, you have a very solid point. I do have a point of view. I'm not even denying it. And you don't have to buy my point of view. What do you know? You want to get married? Go get married. Maybe just want to ask some questions or then educate yourself how this is going to be. Don't go blindfolded. No. Okay. Don't go blindfolded when you see some movie stars who have six-pack abs. They were not born with six-pack abs. They take, I don't know what all they do to maintain that body. Look at me. One day I go to gym, third day I'm like, I can't do this. This is so boring. It's so much hurting. And so just don't go to what you see. Just ask yourself 20 other questions, what goes around that I'm not willing to see. Okay, maybe someday I will facilitate love. I love it. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank
Smile, please.
you.
I will have a picture.
Thank you.
Smile, all of you.
Thank you so much. I will see you in next some calls. I will continue doing some of the other series. The class is from day after. You can only join for intro or you can join for 2.5 days. For Indians, it is 75,000. For the full price, it's 1190 USD. You all can join online. You can join in person, whatever works. It's kind of mini or extended foundation because it has a manual which is thicker than the foundation manual. It has no prereq. You don't have to do bars for you to come to that class. But that if this is the introduction of being you, if you have that energy and if it lightens up, please ask yourself certain questions. My only invitation and the caring is you don't have to reject for all the limitations you think you have in your world. You can choose. You can choose more beyond your limitations and let universe contribute to you. Okay. And when you're willing to ask that, universe does contribute. I've seen it back and forth. Okay. So all your limitations that kicks in, money, time, I've already done it, they are not relevant, really. And that's the education that's true for every time you're going to choose. It could be the first time, it could be the 20th time you would be choosing. And same issues will kick in your head. And I've already done it, but I know her, but this is what it is. Instead, just ask, if I choose this, will this create greater, the future that I desire? If I don't choose this, will it create greater? If I choose this, will it decay my future? If I don't choose this, will it decay my future? And by that awareness, follow your energy. Will it create or will it decay? When I first wanted to go, I was going on a solo trip, and this was the question given by a facilitator to me. Hey, Charu, do foundation, Gary's coming. So I was like, yeah, sure. And then she said, hey, honey, can you just ask, will it create, will it decay? I said, of course it will create, but right now I'm going on trip. I'm not choosing this. But throughout the trip, I kept saying, okay, if this creates greater, I would choose this. I'm choosing this universe and whatever fuck it takes. And I did all my trip, my foundation, and CFP within 20 days. And I was making 20,000. And the whole stuff costed me 2.5 lakhs. I have no clue how that happened. In my life, I had never spent that much money. So it can be possibility. You may not have ever allowed yourself to have that in your world. Okay. If you don't come, if you don't choose, you're not wrong. I will see you in some other creations or not see you ever. So anything is okay for me. Have fun, enjoy. And if you require something, please reach out. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you so much.
And if you like something, I would be happy to receive testimonials or tag me on Instagram. I'll be very, very happy to receive it.
All right.
Hi.
Thank you.